Are we moving?
Hey there, we're Sarah and Marek. We've been traveling full-time for the past 8 months and have been looking for the cheapest ways to see the world. Honestly, this whole budget travel thing has been going pretty great so far, and we've managed to spend much less money than we anticipated, all while having rich and unforgettable experiences. For the past 2 months, we've been exploring the beautiful country of Georgia, and now it's time to head to our next country. Hit that subscribe button and join our adventures.
Today is an exciting day. We've been in Georgia for about 2 months now, and
So what I was saying is that today is a really exciting day because we are heading off to our next country and we're taking an overnight train to get there. We are so excited for this experience.
feeling very out of breath from carrying all of our bags up these stairs behind me here. But now we're waiting on a taxi.
Got in.
Nice! Or Bolt rather, to come and fetch us.
Oh, hey there, it's me. So last time we saw you guys, it was actually still sunny, and as you can see now, yeah, it's pretty much pitch dark outside. So what we spent the last few hours doing is we actually met up with our very good friends Mariki and Rian. We met them by chance in Batumi when we were taking a picture of a plane that was busy flying over us, which is really, really cool. But since then we've become really good friends and we've met up with them quite a few times since then. So they invited us over, we had some dinner and we had some drinks with them, and we just said our final goodbyes before we head on out to our next country, and they'll be flying out to Bali tomorrow. So we wish you guys very, very safe travels. But we're actually here at the train station early for a change, which is very, very surprising for us because we've become very good at cutting things extremely close. So we've got a few minutes to wait for the train, and then we're going to get on and enjoy our first overnight train experience.
We're taking an overnight train to another country, and it's happening tonight, and this is the train. Let's get up next.
We need to find number 11.
Wow, it's too tight. I know. Take 2. Still tight, but better. So the corridors, as you can see, are super tight. So we've been asked to step aside. There's something going on outside. This looks like a first class room, like dreams, goals, but
This is what we were trying to get into.
but we managed to get a second class ticket because there were no first class tickets available.
We're actually right next door.
This is actually our room. That's the room we were in. This is our room. Home sweet home.
Hope so.
There's beeping. I pressed a button.
Did you press it?
I thought it was the lights.
Did you press it?
I think I summoned the train attendant.
What button did you press?
This one.
Summoning the train attendant.
Yes.
That's exactly
Where's the lights? Where?
above it.
Oh man. That's the switch I pressed.
You're just giving up the sitch. I don't even have enough space to come far enough back yet.
So this will probably be the fastest room tour ever. I think this is a bed. I think this is a bed. Couches. Desk. We've got lots of switches. Some switches I should not press. Other switches that are just light switches. But seems pretty cozy. I just don't know where we're going to put all our stuff because 2 more people are supposed to fit in here, and it's feeling pretty tight already. Nice!
Oh, success.
Solid. This is when having a tall person around is really convenient. Ooh, these pillows don't feel half bad. So earlier we said how we thought that cabin was actually a first class cabin and we were looking for the second class cabins. Well, it was a second class cabin and they're pretty darn nice. Like, I'm quite impressed so far. One complaint though, we don't know how we'll feel when we have 2 extra people in here. We are really early, we're like some of the first people on the train, but I'm not sure how we'll feel in this tight little space with 2 more people in here. Ooh.
Wow.
No. But how do you get up there though? Be careful. Oh my goodness.
The roof is very close.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Please be careful. Oh.
Okay, so size-wise, it is not big. Then my legs are against the wall on that side, and my head is against the train over here. But it's like, honestly, for traveling, getting to lie down and have a sleep, pretty wonderful.
There's no one else on the train right now, or at least in this car. No one in the rooms this side, no one in the rooms this side. So we're gonna take this opportunity while there's no one else around to give you guys a little tour around what we can see out here. So, oops. So down this side, there's just a bunch of rooms and like the corridor. And then this side, the bathroom. And the next bathroom has a shower.
Oh wow.
So if we need to freshen up in the night, here's where we'll be.
It's actually pretty legit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, please. It's toasty in here. So this train is set to leave in about 4 minutes time, and I'm hoping against hope that we'll be the only ones in this car, which will be so nice to have this whole place to ourselves. I'm pretty surprised though, because this is literally one of the first trains to be running between Georgia and Armenia. The land borders just recently opened, and today is the first day that these trains are running again. So we're so excited to have the opportunity to go on this overnight train. Eep!
Do you hear that? That's the aircon. It's just turned on, and the aircon's only started working once the train turns on, and there's still nobody in our cart. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, maybe, just maybe, not getting too excited just yet.
We just got our blankets and we only got 2.
What? I just got jelly sweets and water. This is massive.
Can you tell we like free things?
Jelly sweets are my absolute favorite. So we just got a whole box of them.
Listen to those little boy giggles. So excited.
Amazing. And the little train's whistle is...
Are we moving? We're
The
moving!
train is moving.
And there's no one else in the room.
Jelly sweets, water, cabin. Pretty good life.
Pretty good luck. That means that we paid for a second class ticket and we're basically getting first class. Oh yeah. So I hinted to it earlier, we are traveling to Armenia, and there's a very specific reason we're going there. So stick around to the end of this video to find out why. This whole overnight train crossing a land border thing is very new to both of us. So we're very excited about it and also a little bit nervous. We've got everything ready, we've got our passports, our COVID tests. Everything's in order, but we've just never experienced it before, so we're a little bit nervous about how it's all going to play out. But I'm sure it'll all be just fine.
The gifts just keep on coming. A little sachet of iced tea and a little sachet of coffee. This is just amazing. It feels like we're being treated like royalty.
For the first time when you cross Georgian
Yes.
Georgian border,
Yes.
we want to show this document.
I don't know. So the Georgian Border Control just came by and everything was going really good,
up until they tried to look for a physical stamp in our passports for when we entered Georgia. Now, something that we've noticed over the past couple of months is that no one seems to be stamping our passports anymore. Through the different countries that we've been traveling, the different borders we've been crossing, we haven't had one stamp so far, which is pretty unusual. It's something new that I've never noticed before, and they seem to be doing everything electronically these days. So I can understand why they would pause and think, why don't you guys have stamps in your passport? So they've taken them, and hopefully everything works out and we can get to Armenia. Maybe they'll give us a stamp, who knows. So we just got our passports back, and they even got stamped. We're not sure if that's it though, because we've got about an hour before we get to the border, so maybe there'll be another check at the border, maybe from Armenia's side. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. We got onto this train with a whole lot of energy and adrenaline and excitement, and that super high is turning into a low. I'm starting to feel really tired and sleepy, and this train ride is about 10 hours long, so we've got loads of time to sleep. We'll just have to wake up for the border crossing a bit later.
Now, to get to this point of just being able to enjoy tonight and just film this whole experience, we've been working incredibly hard on the whole editing and the whole YouTube side of things. Honestly, in the past week, the earliest that I've gone to sleep is 3 a.m. Just for example, last night I went to sleep, well, this morning really, at 5:30. I literally went to sleep when the birds were busy waking up. So we're going to take full advantage of this incredible transport. Actually, I'd call it moving accommodation that we're on. We're just going to take full advantage of this and just enjoy this experience fully. We've got about 100 kilometers until we get to the border of Armenia, so we'll definitely fill you in once we get there, or if we have a little bit of drama on the way there.
We are such newbies at this. We didn't know you're supposed to put a sheet and a pillowcase down before you get settled down and start sleeping. But we're doing our best now. The train has stopped. We seem to be at one of the stops, but we're not at the border yet. So we're gonna get these sheets down and carry on sleeping.
It is currently 1 o'clock. We've been on the train for about 2 hours now, and we've just made it to the Armenian border. We've been told to hand over our passports again, so fingers crossed that it all turns out okay.
Из России. Georgia.
Georgia.
Ah, Polski. Hello.
They were so friendly and so nice. I think that's it. Maybe.
Drama. We actually haven't booked our accommodation yet, and because we've just gone across the border, that means that our Georgian SIM card is no longer working. So we're basically going to arrive in Yerevan or in Armenia, and we don't have a place to stay. Don't really know what we're going to do now. Alright, so we are finally and officially in Armenia. We were probably stopped at the border for about 45 minutes. So after those first set of ladies came through and checked our COVID test results, we had a number of policemen and border control officials just coming through. We had about 3 police officers just coming into the cabin checking all of our stuff, and then we had more people coming in checking our stuff, and then we had the border control guy coming in, sitting here and scanning and actually stamping our passport, which is really cool. So now we got an Armenian stamp in our passport, which we're really happy about. Ooh. I guess that's the sign that it's bedtime.
We just heard a knock on the door, and they've just told us that in about 10 minutes we'll be arriving in Yerevan. How are you feeling? Still half asleep. We gotta get our stuff packed up, get everything ready, and we're gonna be there soon.
That was honestly one of the best sleeps that I've had in a while. It is so comfortable. Taking even a normal bed into account for this one, these beds are so soft. Trying to fall asleep here and just being rocked to sleep like that is just amazing. And just having the sounds of the railway tracks going, a little bit of a breeze coming through the window, it really was a beautiful night's sleep. But Are we supposed to pack the beds away?
I don't know. My room. Checking under the beds. Nothing. Final checks. Thank you. Hello, Armenia. Wow. This place looks cool.
First mission, we have to go find accommodation.
Marek. Marek. Armenian old mommy. Marek.
Whew. The last probably like half an hour to an hour has been very busy, but we've managed to get so much done. We were approached by a very friendly taxi driver at the train station, and generally when we just arrive in a new country, we find it's actually really helpful to go with a taxi driver. They show you where you can draw money, where you can get a SIM card, they even help you find accommodation. Our taxi driver was very, very helpful and very friendly as well. We really enjoyed chatting with him on our way around town. But now we feel acquainted with everything. We've got a SIM card, we've got some cash. He really helped us out a lot. As you can see, we've got all of our bags out here. We're waiting for 9:30, which is when our Airbnb will allow us to check in, and it's about, I'm looking at a non-existent watch. It's about 8:30 now, so we've got an hour to wait before we can check in. We made it to our Airbnb. This place is very nice and spacious, and it'll work perfectly for our time here. You guys have probably noticed that we've started using Airbnbs a bit more lately rather than just the usual Workaway setups, and that's because I've been able to start with my online teaching again, and that has been supplementing our stays and helping us to cover the cost. So it's actually been a very nice break from Workaway. But now is the time where we'll be heading out and doing what we came to Armenia for. So feeling a little bit nervous, a little bit excited. Let's go do this thing.
Whew. Okay, so through all the excitement of yesterday, as well as the confusion of trying to organize accommodation, find a SIM card, as well as figure out this new currency, we realized that we actually haven't told you much yet. So we've arrived into the capital city of Armenia called Yerevan for a very, very specific reason that we don't even know if it's possible as of yet. Now, we took the overnight train. Now, it's definitely not the cheapest option out there. We could have taken a marshrutka or a minivan, which would have worked out much, much cheaper. But we just thought, for the experience that you get of spending an entire night on a train and just being able to like stretch out and sleep on a bed, was one that we could not give up.
And it was an amazing experience. We loved every second of it, and we didn't want it to end.
Never wanted it to end, yes. So if we go back to Georgia, we'll definitely be using the train to get there. For this next spot, we are feeling very nervous for it. So let's see what happens. One thing that you notice almost immediately is that there's a very, very heavy police presence. There are police everywhere. And it's like a little bit concerning, to be honest. The nerves are really starting to kick in right now. So we're busy sitting here, we're busy looking at it. We're feeling so nervous, but a lot of thought, a lot of planning has gone into this decision. I know.
Let's do this.
Hello. So, do you speak English? So. We want to find out about the vaccine.
Thank you. So we have come to Armenia to get vaccinated.
Ooh, how's that?
When we were in Georgia, we heard rumors that Armenia was giving out free vaccinations to anyone with any passport. And after hearing that, we just had to go and do our own research to find out if it was actually true. Now, according to our research, the reason that there are so many vaccinations and the reason that Armenia has such an excess is because the Armenians themselves, for whatever reason, don't want to take the vaccine. So the Armenian government decided to use all these excess vaccines and give them out to anyone and everyone that wants one.
Now, we are both the type of people that actually didn't want to get vaccinated, and we wanted to try push it off for as long as possible. But this opportunity just kind of like fell into our laps. And the chance to get vaccinated would not only make our travels easier, but it will also put our minds as well as our parents' minds at ease that we are staying safe during our travels. Now, the actual vaccination process was pretty straightforward. We just kind of rocked up at this random ambulance that was parked on the street. We handed over our passports, filled in a couple of documents, and had our blood pressure checks. And we just waited in line to have the actual shot done. The process took a couple of hours as there were quite a few people there. And interestingly enough, of all the people that we saw there, we only saw one Armenian person. Most of them were actually Iranian. Most of them were actually Iranian, which is pretty interesting. So the actual shot, look, it wasn't pleasant, but it wasn't awful. You definitely felt the needle when they stuck it in your arm. It was quite a long needle, so you definitely felt the pinch, and we still do feel the pinch right now. But other than that, we are feeling a little bit lightheaded, but nothing else major to report on.
But they've actually changed the time period now, and it's about 8 to 12 weeks. So we don't think we'll be staying in Armenia for that whole period of time. I'm pretty sure we're going to go to another country and then come back to Armenia and get our second shot. But we're so excited about being here. We're excited to explore Armenia and just take full advantage of our time here.
So we've already got a couple of video ideas in store. And of course, because we enjoyed our Georgian food tour so much, we will definitely be making an Armenian food tour video as well. And just a heads up, the food here looks absolutely amazing. So we are very, very excited for that one. But on top of that, and putting all of that aside, we had such an amazing experience on that train. It really was like something we will always remember.
So if you enjoyed this video as much as we did, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel out a lot. Subscribe and stay tuned for our exciting Armenian videos to come, as well as the videos from all of the other countries we plan on visiting in the future. And we'll see you guys back this coming Tuesday.
This morning, we realized that we actually have